Hey everybody, it's AK. Rode out to one of the lakes over in Belton to do this little intro for the next video I'm going to be dropping. It's going to be, the last video was of a very supportive group of individuals that I was really fortunate to link up with, and this one is going to be a company facility that wasn't very supportive of veterans. Actually, it's a company in the DFW area. Might have heard them, might have not. Hopefully they closed down. They're never going to get my money. So pretty much came back from Afghanistan 2013, 2014. SOC Afghanistan shut its last camp, sent us home, and then sent us to a executive protection school in Arkansas, Kansas, however you say it. And did a few weeks of that, shooting, driving, all that good trash, route planning, and waited for our visas to come in so we can head back to Iraq for oil field contracts. And that's when ISIS lit up and started taking people's heads off. So all the oil contracts kind of dissipated. Nobody wanted to get their heads cut off. So we were all stuck stateside waiting for something else to materialize, which never happened. So I decided to use some of that time to look for a job in the area. I have a lot of armory certifications from Knights Armament, Colt's all the big factories, Colt, FN, Glock, SIG, H&K, Benelli, Beretta, and then the gunsmithing world. Everything is there's an online school and maybe a school in Colorado. I think I have one friend, Marine friend, Coble, that actually went to it. But everything else is you learn from someone that's been in the trade a while. So there's really no true certifications other than the two online schools, I guess, and then the factory stuff. So did the interview, made a comment, didn't like it. I wasn't diagnosed at the time, so I left. Yeah, so I'm going to be getting into that a little bit, but you got just the situation. So pretty much why I'm doing this is so my kids will understand why their dad was acting the way they did, and also kind of sets a baseline, so how they see me now to backtrack. When I first came back, apparently I was a very hateful person, which I do understand I was. I don't know if you know anybody that relates. Chances are you do. And if they're going through issues, just shoot them the link. I'm on social media under AK Actual, Facebook, YouTube, Snap, TikTok. My email is Adam M Rodriguez 75 at Gmail. So please share, like, subscribe. Thank you for your time. Ride safe. AK out. So 2013, 2014, SOC Afghanistan closed its last camp, sent us home, and then later on, a few weeks later, they sent us to a executive protection school in Arkansas. Had a few weeks of that. With like 5 of the guys that I was out there in Afghanistan with. We completed that, and we were waiting to head back to Iraq in support of some oil field contracts and transport, providing security for oil field workers. So right before the visas came in on that, that's when ISIS lit up. And we all know what happened after that. So we all found ourselves stateside needing jobs. So I was actually working out at Metroflex Gym in Fort Worth. Good gym, good guys. The owner and his wife, excellent people, very supportive. I think she was in the Army. Definitely, if you're needing to look for a new gym, head out to Metroflex Gym. Good people. So as I was playing on my phone when I should have been working out, I saw a listing for a gunsmith opening for a new store, Sportsman's, in Mansfield. I'm just going to go ahead and say it was the company's view, because the manager that was doing the hiring, he voiced his opinion, and I'm going to just go ahead and say that's the whole vision of the company. Hopefully they got rid of that guy. More than likely he was a freaking idiot, freaking son-in-law more than anything. So went in, well, actually had the phone interview, and he was asking me about my certifications, and he said that I was the first person to actually say that I had those type of certifications, and he was asking me how I acquired them and whatnot, and I told him I was working for a overseas contracting company, and every time I came home I took off and went off and did a factory school. So I'd fly up to Connecticut, to South Carolina a few times, wherever I needed to acquire that certification from that military defense contracting company. So got to see meet a lot of cool instructors. Jacob, he was with Remington Defense when I met him. I was at Colt, and I actually got to hold number 0001 titanium 240 Golf that Remington made. Weirdly enough, it was light as hell. And then when I was in Iraq International, I was holding a M16A2 made by FN. So it's kind of weird that you had different companies making each other's guns and whatnot, but that's what it is. It is what it is. So after I told him how I acquired the certification, he asked me to come in a few days later. So I did. Did the suit, not the suit and tie, but the nice shirt, tie, nice shoes. And we were talking in the back. The facility was still opening. They had cardboard everywhere where they were taking guns out of the cases and putting them on the shelves and whatnot, and filling the shelves with ammo. And we were talking. He asked me if I had my own tools, and I said yes, I did. Had bringing every tool that I needed. And then he asked me a couple other things. I'm taking it he was new to the firearm industry. The things he was mentioning, saying that were not really too kosher, and the ATF wouldn't have liked it too much. So I thought the interview went very well, but obviously it didn't. As I was walking out, he just asked me, he just kind of made a comment, and I laughed it off. He says, I don't know if I want to hire you because I don't know if I want to take a chance of you flipping out and taking it out on one of my customers. And I just kind of looked at him, gave him a big smile, and I was like, oh, totally understand that one. And just walked out. I didn't lose my cool. Got in the truck and headed back home, and I lost my shit in the truck. Of course, after I left. And this was before I was actually diagnosed with PTSD. And at the time, I didn't know that was highly illegal to do that. So if I would have been diagnosed before and that would have happened, definitely it would have been totally different. I would probably be owning Sportsman's right now. Definitely. So yeah, it's funny how things work out. In hindsight, I'm not really upset at that incident anymore, even though it was totally disrespectful. That company is trying to make money in an industry that's inspired by the military and a lot of the firearms that they sell. But this is before everybody started to get on board with post-traumatic stress syndrome. So and nobody really knew how to ID it and whatnot. And which now there's a baseline. There's more awareness out there, and a lot of us are better for it. There's times where we're acting and doing our thing, and we don't know that we're expressing or displaying a type of reaction, but somebody in the civilian world sees it and think we're apeshit crazy. It's all fun and games when you're talking to a vet, and a lot of the comments. In fact, there was a friend of mine. We're at Texas Harley-Davidson, and Sean, and we're talking, and we had one of the guys, man, I forgot what his name, big burly dude. He was red and gold support club type guy, and he just gave us the dirtiest look. And I remember he reminded me of the bounty hunter from what is that movie, Raised and Born in Arizona, the big burly dirty oily gun toting dude. That was his younger son. And he just gave us a look, and he says, what's wrong with y'all? You're freaking crazy. And we just kind of I looked at Sean, and we just kind of started laughing. He didn't mean anything by it. I think we just caught him off guard of the little conversation we had, which we had pretty crazy conversations. Yeah, so, with people acting that way, makes you think when you actually catch it. And, that's a sign that you might need some kind of tune-up. And asking for help, talking to somebody is not a bad thing. Actually, I suggest it. Once you have a way to vent what you have to say, you'll feel better. I know with me, a lot of the one of the big issues that I had was holding on to memories. I kind of felt that if I held on to my buddy's memory and didn't say nothing, I trapped it, and it can't leave. He's still with me. They're still with me, but and all that was is just kept building up hate and discontent, and just a hateful downward spiral. And then actually finding somebody to talk about this, I understood, which it's silly now, but we all take mourning differently. Talking about it actually is not letting somebody's memory go. It's bringing awareness to the issue. So yeah, if you ever see my multicam pack, I have a few of my friends that I lost. There's 2 more names I need to add to it. There for a while I was kind of upset, and I just hated adding names to my pack. But I carry them with me wherever I go. Always with me. So yeah, definitely. Hopefully I didn't bore you. Once again, there's gonna be somebody out there running their mouth, yeah, pussy, whatever. But hey, it's you have people that have done things that are not okay to do in the civilian populace, but it's just an everyday event in theater. And you get so used to acting that way, doing those things, desensitized in those situations, and then when you come back to the States, you don't have the right tools to cope with everyday situations. I was in one class. I never finished any of my classes. I kind of bailed out in all of them with the VA. The dude was cool. He said that he was at work in a cubicle, doing his thing, and one of his co-workers was really upset that Starbucks messed up their order. And I just kind of looked at him like, what? And he said that, I wish my bad day was his bad day. I think I would be very, well off if the biggest problem my day was somebody messed up my order from Starbucks. And I was like, man, you know what? I want that problem too. I want that to be the worst problem, but in actuality, it's not the case. But definitely acquiring the tools to deal with those type of situations is definitely needed, and is not a bad thing. It's just like gearing up with your kit. You might need a little tool for this, a little tool for that. And this is what it is. It's finding ways to reintegrate to the civilian populace, so your kids, so you can be a better father to your kids, a better boyfriend, a better husband, all around better person. Don't get me wrong, I still have that idiot switch, but now I know before it gets flipped on that an idiot is trying to flip it on. But once again, thank you for your time. Hope I didn't bore y'all. Anthony and Alex, love y'all. Freaking everybody out there, be safe. If you need to call, talk to anybody, freaking shoot me an email. Freaking Adam M. Rodriguez75@gmail.com. You can reach me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snap, AK Actual. Definitely, it is what it is. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all ride safe. Out.